Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith, and welcome to the post-game wrap-up, as I'm going to talk to you about the Keith Whittier Conflict Bowl, which of course is the BC Lions and the Ottawa REDBLACKS. Before I break this game down, there's a couple of housekeeping items I'd like to attend to. First, I want to wish a speedy recovery to Ryan Phillips of the BC Lions, who went down injured late in the game, hoping that you're going to do okay and that you're going to be back with us soon. Secondly, I'd like to send a shout out to the Ottawa REDBLACKS cheer and dance team. Having the opportunity of getting to know this fantastic team over the last little while, it was great seeing them take the field and absolutely nail their routines tonight. Although Ottawa REDBLACKS / TD Place, can we work on the sound and get that a little better? Anyways, other than that, you know, there's taking nothing away from their fantastic performance. It was great, so congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, a tale of two cities, a tale of two teams. Let's break this down. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the BC Lions, then we'll talk about the Ottawa REDBLACKS. BC Lions, first game of the season. I'm not going to make any excuses for them. It's 1 out of 18 games. The shocking thing for me in the fact that they lost the game isn't just that they lost the game, but I can't recall the last time a BC Lions team came into Ottawa and lost against either the Rough Riders, the Renegades, or the REDBLACKS. So I understand it's the first game of the year, and I understand the first home game of the year. I understand that, you know, we've already matched our win total from all of last season. But it was the fact that they beat BC in Ottawa, something that usually doesn't happen. Now you can look back to last year and say, well, Ottawa lost 7-5, it was a close game. True, but the last time before that BC was here, they won something like 61-27. The games were usually pretty lopsided. Anyways, instead of living in the past, let's live with what happened tonight. BC played somewhat decently. I mean, Travis Hulé moved the ball pretty well. Manny Arsenault of the BC Lions was the top receiver overall in the game. Your reigning, defending, most outstanding player, Solomon Elimimian of the BC Lions, came up with a big interception early in the game and had an overall pretty decent game. I think when Ryan Phillips went down, that helped change or hurt the dynamics of the game for the BC Lions. Also, I found that Ottawa was moving the ball pretty easily against what should have been a stronger BC defense. I'm not going to push any panic buttons. The West, I think, is a pretty open division. We'll see what happens. It always sucks seeing BC lose. But again, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be a game that's going to break their season. But the fact that they lost in Ottawa just pretty much told me to check my lottery numbers right away because anything could happen. On the flip side, let's talk about the Ottawa REDBLACKS, shall we? First, let's talk about how in the world are we going to start to give the Ottawa REDBLACKS the respect that they deserve? And the reason I ask that, so I sit over, as you know, by the 40, and there was one drive where Henry Burris came out, and it was a quick 2-and-out. It was a quick 2-and-out because there was a lot of pressure coming from BC. And I heard it, the fans behind me, oh, Burris sucks, oh, you know, Burris is choking, bring in the next guy. But of course, as the game went on, Burris wasn't, quote-unquote, sucking, and all of a sudden we love Burris. It's like, make up your mind. Either you love the guy or you don't. What I absolutely love about Henry Burris is he's 40 years old, and people are starting to wonder, ooh, is he too old? Didn't look too old to me tonight. Looked too awesome. That's what he looked like. You know, it's interesting. At 40, he would probably be too young to be the President of the United States or the Prime Minister of Canada, but he's still at the right age to lead this football team. The issues that Ottawa had last year, as I said before, have been corrected. They brought in a whole new crop of receivers. And how about one of the receivers they brought in from BC? There's nothing worse than letting a player go and that player coming back to haunt you. And they've got Ernest, I love you, Miss Jackson. I am for real on their team now, and he was just absolutely fantastic. And that last touchdown that he scored was pretty much the nail in the coffin. But again, Henry Burris, you know what? If you want to dump a lot of blame on Henry Burris, let's put a lot of praise on him. Last week, 3 interceptions. He topsy-turvied that. This week, 3 touchdowns. And 3 touchdowns against a BC team, which, quite frankly, a lot of people didn't think that Ottawa was going to beat. So congratulations to the Ottawa REDBLACKS on an absolutely hard-fought victory. And again, it wasn't a close one. I mean, it was more than a touchdown, so very, very impressive. And with back-to-back games coming up against Edmonton, who also are dealing with quarterback issues, could we possibly be seeing 4-0 in the next few weeks? I'm not going to rule it out because this Ottawa team is for real. They played with swagger, they played with heart, they played with passion. Such a crazy game. I mean, can somebody understand how to work a clock in the stadium? Like, what was going on there before halftime? And not one, but two punt returns for touchdown called back, one for each team. We had some crazy penalties, but at the end of the game, everyone was together, shaking hands, because that's what the CFL is all about. I absolutely love the fact that towards the end of the game, Ottawa had it deep in BC territory, and there was not even a question of whether or not they would try to score, because CFL is all about class, and it's not about trying to run up the score, so I thought that was awesome. So excited to see what's going to happen next for the Ottawa REDBLACKS. I will be back to wearing my REDBLACKS jersey as BC has now left town, and I'll be, again, a lot of people are like, hey, Keith, pick a team. Listen, you don't understand. Unless you've grown up with one team, you're not going to get it. But I'm very excited. I'm very proud of what the REDBLACKS did. I'm mildly concerned about the BC Lions losing tonight. I'm not taking anything away from Ottawa's victory, but I don't think it means that, the BC Lions are in dire jeopardy because they've got a lot of fantastic talent on their team as well, and I think they're going to do a lot of awesome things. I said on social media, how awesome would it be if BC and Ottawa played in the Grey Cup? And that's what I'm pushing for. I hope it's going to happen. Right now, you got Ottawa top in the East, and BC just had their first game, and we'll see what happens. But absolutely, that would set Winnipeg on fire. What did you guys think of the game? Are you guys excited about the REDBLACK season? Are you at the point now where you can just let Henry Burris be and let him be him? Because when he's Henry Burris, he's absolutely fantastic. Everybody has a rough game, and I think this bounce-back game tonight proved it. You're looking at a guy who doesn't look like he's 40 years old. This isn't like a George Foreman grill type situation. This is like a Henry Burris is on fire situation. So very impressed with him. Very impressed with the team overall. A lot of great things, and it was a great game. It was one of those games where I felt like I was up the whole time, just pretty much cheering every play, but it was a great game to watch. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. CFL_fan on Twitter is how you can get a hold of me. Facebook.com/WhittyWhittier and WhittyWhittier.com. Thanks so much for checking this out, and that's my view from the 40.